Stephen,
Yes,
you
sir.
are a sketch comedian.
Sketchy comedian is the phrase the police use. Yeah. I don't want to suck his
That's going in the trailer.
Have we called Cam Kirkham a slug yet?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. I think I ticked that box.
Yeah. I watch podcasts.
Yeah.
And, not my own. Life's too short, guys.
From EXO to the eboys.
Okay.
They're a new collective on YouTube. Why are you not in it?
I don't think I'm not into that sort of content, really. I was making jokes. Brian was laughing.
Yeah.
But then those two weren't. The manager wasn't. He's just,
Yeah.
he's a slug.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
I just look at the camera, shaking my head like, is this real? he just... I'm sure there's parts of him that are likeable, but me and him just...
Well, you would have been genuinely happy if you went all the way to Wembley and you didn't get on the pitch.
Yeah. It'd like be a few YouTubers and all these semi-pro knobheads who no one cares about.
Yeah.
That's just the F2's team, really. I think me and Lawrence got on really well. I have a different relationship with Brian. We get on really well.
Yeah.
I get on with Will really well.
Yeah.
Cam, again.
StephenTries admits Cam Kirkham ruined EXO.
It's the slug, Cam Kirkham.
We did all this writing, coming up with ideas. And we got a week before the show, we did the first run through. And it was a shambles.
What? Why?
I met him and then he went, I need to go to the toilet. So first impression was Will taking a steaming dump. We just sort of waiting outside the toilet cubicle and went, I'll probably wait outside the building now. I remember a bloke came up to me in the gym and went, you're the Sidemen guy. And
Do you think Stormzy's ever seen it? Have you ever had a little DM from him or anything?
I'm sure like someone that he knows will have gone, look at this. And Lad Bible were trying to set up a video with me and him. So he will have been aware of me, I'm sure. It's the most rushed video we've ever made and by far the most successful. I worked it out a couple of years ago and it was collective that was like 20 million on Facebook. So Max's dream is unfortunately to live in an underground cinema.
What? What did little Stephen look like? I'm trying to picture it.
So little Stephen was...
I'm not asking to see your penis. What's your go-to meal deal, Stephen?
Okay, can't lie. I'm a fan of a Boots meal deal.
Right, that's a weird one. I don't know if we've had anyone say Boots before.
I was raised by a single mother.
Hello guys and welcome back to Jack Makes Happy Hour. Stevie can't make it today because he's absolutely riddled from head to toe with COVID-19. So we've got Alfie Indra filling in.
Yeah, we do.
We should introduce our guest because we've got a brilliant guest, YouTuber, comedian, fan of Lynch. It's StephenTries. How are you, Stephen?
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you on. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Just been on this will go out in a few weeks. Just been on a shoot, haven't you?
With Cal Freezy, yeah.
What was that like?
It was okay, yeah. He's got this, fancy flat.
Right.
Shithole. These millennials have no respect for property. But if the landlord is watching, shut them down, okay? He was doing his cook-off video, which is a little series he's done.
Patronising.
So patronising.
You just Ubered across. You're a busy man about town.
This is it, yeah. When I come down to London, I get shit done. I don't.
That's how I am because I don't know about you, but I fucking hate coming to London.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of it or?
No, I have to get like a 2-hour train and then just the time slows down for those 2 hours. It's grim.
Yeah.
Trundling along, you go past Stoke.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And you go, do I get off here? Do I just end it all here? Me and Tony Pulis just having a pint.
How come you never moved to London? Because you still live up north, don't you?
Max, purely for Max. He's keeping me there. Yeah, just all my friends and family are up north, so I don't want to leave them. And I sort of like having a different style of video to people where I can film in a park and they don't recognise it, and
yeah,
I don't know. It's financial reasons, Jack.
That's waiting for it.
Yeah. We got there in the end. What's your? We always start with the same question. You might know what's coming, you might not. What's your go-to meal deal, Stephen?
Okay, can't lie. I'm a fan of a Boots meal deal.
Right, that's a weird one. I don't know if we've had anyone say Boots before.
I was raised by a single mother. So that's not going to help my case. So I was was always a fan of a chicken salad sandwich.
Oh, God.
Maybe chicken pasta.
It's all right. It's nothing wrong with that. You seem embarrassed by that, but it's absolutely fine.
This stems from when I was on holiday in Kavos.
Right.
I ordered a chicken salad, and the waitress there called me a fucking pussy. So ever since then, I've sort of had a PTSD of.
Oh, I thought you said you went on holiday with Kavos.
Oh no! God, no.
It's an interesting
me.
group.
So you're getting a chicken salad / pasta.
Yeah, and then drink-wise, I'll probably go for maybe a water. I'm so plain.
Well, you like that? You
Yeah,
respect
I
that?
was actually hoping you were going to say
Yeah.
water. Yeah.
Reusable.
Oh, so you're buying it for the container rather than the contents? Jesus
So
Christ!
environmentally minded.
So northern.
And then as a snack, sort of the beta male treat would be, some sort of sweet flavoured popcorn.
Yeah, I mean that is synonymous with our show. Our host Stevie always gets that, and we do rinse him for it because we're a bunch of lads. Is that your phone or mine? Who's the unprofessional here?
I don't get messages.
Oh, it's mine. It's mine, and it's Fiona, who's actually at Fiona. Don't text me when I'm doing the show, please, if that's all right.
You okay?
What are you up to?
What are you up to?
That's literally what you just said.
Oh, did you? Sorry, mate.
Good start.
Already?
Now, Stephen, you're from my neck of the woods, aren't you?
Yeah, I was born in Norwich, lived there for 4 years.
Oh, only 4 years.
I did my time.
Okay, because I had a lot of questions about Norwich. I thought you lived there longer. I was going to say, what clubs did you go to? But
no.
that one's right out. So you moved up to Manchester when you were 4. Was it Manchester or just
It
out?
was St Helens, which is in between Liverpool and Manchester.
Yeah. Is that why you're a Liverpool fan?
Well, all my family are Liverpool. All my family's Scouse, bar me and my sister, who have this weird accent where we were born in Norwich, picked up an accent there. So it was like 99, sort of like that.
Yeah.
And then moved to St Helens, which is more like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, God.
40-year-old woman who smokes 40 a
Johnny
day.
Vegas.
Yeah, this is very much it. And I don't know what happened to me, but I'll meet all my family and I've just got this posh sort of
Yeah, I don't
accent.
think you haven't got a Norfolk accent.
No, I've not got a St Helens accent.
Yeah, I can't place it. Did you go to school in St Helens?
Yeah, it was a place called Bleak Hill, which only years later I realised sounds awful. Yeah.
Jesus, that's like when I went to America and I stayed in a hotel called the Shady Hotel.
Oh no,
That's not what you want, is
Yeah,
it? Was
it's
it?
terrible.
The thing is, we tweeted about you coming on, and I was expecting to get loads of like comments about Jeremy Lynch and about your comedy
Yeah.
career. Most of them are actually about your school and what your school was like, which was
really?
weird. Because I tried to think this. We were having a chat about this on the way up. I can't imagine what you were like at school. Like, were you the funny kid?
I was. So weirdly enough, when we do this end of year awards a couple of times throughout my school career.
You can call it a career. You did well, mate.
Fuck me. So the 2 times they did it, I won funniest, but I was never outspoken. I was always very shy. Like in my group of mates, I was the quiet one.
Oh,
So
right.
it'd just be on the sly. I'd make these comments. Maybe in drama class, I'd be funny then, but apart from that, I was never outspoken.
So you weren't a confident funny kid?
No, I was always in the fear of getting bullied for. So maybe I'd make a comment, they'd look at me, who said that, and be like, who's that little shit?
So it's more of a pity vote.
Yeah.
So who's voting for these? Is that just everyone
Just the
in
pupils, yeah.
So you must have been all right then if you're branching out of your little circle. You're getting the communal vote there, aren't you?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I got away with it. I think it was just. I think maybe the head of year, saw me. I went, give him that.
Funniest.
Because there's no way I was winning that. But yeah, I was very quiet.
Yeah. What did little Stephen look like? I'm trying to picture it.
So little Stephen was.
I'm not asking to see your penis. Bro.
Good luck with that. So you can smell it though. Yeah,
I wonder what that was.
definitely can. Yeah, it's a small room, guys. So it was. Sorry, I was. I never put like any products in my hair until I was about 16. I was a bit like a Mormon in that sense. And it was just had this floppy sort of browny ginger hair, short, fat. And my ears didn't really poke out until I lost weight, annoyingly. So it was like, I lost weight. It's going to get picked up for something. Stick those out, shall we?
What was the naughtiest thing you ever did?
Oh,
I put a ruler in a fan once, made a big noise.
really?
Yeah.
What did they say to you?
Yeah, they just kicked me out. Just said,
right.
stop fucking around with school property.
Oh, a literal fan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Mine was a compass chain. That naughtiest thing, I was so well behaved. Like I never left the house. I didn't drink until I was 19. I was so like scared of getting in trouble.
What? So, hang on. So how old were you when like the YouTube shit kicked off?
I was 21. Yeah.
Oh wow! So I was going to say, did the drinking come with like the YouTube life and stuff like that?
Yeah, I thought I was something around the area of St Helens.
Bottles of Ciroc.
Oh yeah, well they don't do that in St Helens. It's just bottles of
WKD.
Yeah, whatever the Russian version of Smirnoff vodka is. Well, it is Smirnoff. the dodgy version, I mean, the one that gives you a cough if you drink too much. Yeah. So at 21, that's when I started to live my uni years, because I've been to uni, but I think I went out like 3 times in the first 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
But uni's all about that, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was so focused on comedy. I was like, stay in, write my routines, learn that. I was so focused on doing stand-up, I thought, this is where I can become a stand-up comedian. I was just trying to make it and then quit uni as soon as I could.
Right, fair.
That never happened, but
because you studied. This is a weird one. I don't know if many people know this, but there are actual courses out there, aren't there, for comedy writing and performance?
Yeah, that's so there was one in Southampton, and then my dad. I'd made my choices for uni, and my dad said, "Oh, have you seen this course?" And Peter Kay was sort of the face of it. Didn't see his face again for the next 3 years. Cheeky to it, but yeah. So I did this comedy course. Because I was just obsessed with being a comedian. It wasn't what I expected, because we were doing clowning, and the first lesson with this certain teacher, we were on all fours pretending to be a cat.
Fucking hell!
Had to take our shoes off when we went in, and there was a lad in my year called Jamali Maddox, who's now live at the Apollo. He's doing really well.
Wow.
And he just found I'm not taking my shoes off. And
what, fucked off or? Just did it with his shoes on.
Yeah, just did it with his shoes on. Yeah.
Well, that's uni done.
Yeah.
I'm not taking my shoes off.
So there was people that would sort of had this idea of a comedy course like me, and Jamali was one of them who, he was already sort of making his way and thought, I can get this on the side as a degree.
Yeah.
But he quit after first year, and he was on to Chortle Comedian of the Year, winning that.
Yeah.
So he was doing well already. But there was, for the rest of us, it was... I don't think we realised, because it was $9,000 a year, and I think we were so obsessed with because it had just come in at that point. We're like, $9,000 a year for this, dressing up as a clown. I'm on all fours meowing.
It's daylight robbery, really, isn't it?
So what I didn't realise was, you're surrounded by all these people. You got the use of the cameras and all this equipment for free. I didn't take note of that until the last month of uni.
Right.
And I was like, shit, I should have been doing this 3 years ago. And that's when we made How to Be Stormzy. Just before that.
Oh, so did you? So you met all the other Max and Tom and that?
Yeah.
Were they on the same course?
They were on the same course, yeah.
Fuck, even Tom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You were thinking more of a geography vibe.
So what? So you did clowning? Tell me some other ones.
Improv.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my nightmare.
No, I love that. I'd love that because you're really good at obviously sketches. That's your kind of forte.
Yeah. Well, improv was great, but I was put with Max. who-
Right.
We practiced this for the week before it because we had this exam coming up.
Right.
So the problem with Max was he comes in and just takes over. And we tried to drill it into him. You just got to go along with the scene, whatever's going on. The whole point of improv, we were taught, was whatever response is, it begins with yes and. So you just go along with it.
Right.
So when it comes to the exam, it's me and my mate just doing our stuff. It's going nicely. Max comes in and he just does this ridiculous character who takes over the whole scene. I was playing a bartender. For the next 5 minutes, I just stood there pretending to clean a glass. That was it.
Just let Max take the floor.
We all got fucked with that. But I got a 2-1 in that module just for going like that.
Wow.
It made you question, the course a little bit.
That's because it's one of them hard ones. Because like with art and drama, I think, well, more so art. Like it's subjective, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like the person that was judging you might have found you more funny or less funny than someone else that could have judged you.
Often it comes down to your relationship with the teacher.
Really?
And I was okay with most of them.
Yeah.
There's one or two that I just didn't get on with.
Right.
And your grade would suffer, I think.
Were those teachers funny or not?
Well, this one in particular. She was a drama teacher, so she was an actress herself.
Mm.
And unfortunately, her first impression of me was she was telling us what video project we were going to do. And the drama group got told they were going to make this. It was a comedy video. I thought, oh, that's great. What are we going to get? She went, you're going to do a documentary on the Manchester riots. And I was a metre away from her. I went, like that. And she was just like, oh. And then I sort of spoke to the class and went, I don't think we'll suit this. You know, we don't want to do a serious documentary on a riot. And they all went, yeah, I agree. So then she changed it. But of course, for the rest of that, she was like, and in her evaluation of me, she went, you know, your attitude towards my original idea was awful.
Well, it's not your fault. The idea's shit.
Exactly.
That's a comedy degree. Let's do the Holocaust next.
Yeah. We did do that.
Oh, God.
So is a 2-1 good then? I know nothing about uni.
So it goes first 2-1, 2-2. I got a first overall, but for improv, it was a 2-1.
Right.
Which I think I blagged that.
Yeah. What did Max get?
Oh no.
Well, Max
Bullied.
Max would have got a 2-1
Yeah.
had he returned a DVD to the library, but he didn't do that because you can't have any outstanding fines if you're graduating because like you've got to pay everything up.
Right.
So unfortunately, because he didn't return Midsummer Murders, he's never graduated.
Wow.
So he still claims he's living that student lifestyle.
So he literally didn't get a...
No, he's got to pay 50 quid, I think, to get his cap and gown and graduate.
Right, and he's not done it.
No, instead he's invested in bargain buckets,
Oh, wow.
PS4 games. But yeah, I'll probably just have to pay for his graduation. I think that's what I was waiting for at this point. But he's not graduated yet.
Bless him. Would you say he's one of the funniest people on the course?
He was ridiculous, yeah. So my first impression of Max was he was walking with a bloke who had a big bike chain around his neck and a padlock. And I saw that guy, I was like, he's weird. I knew he was straight away. I saw Max with him and I thought, oh, he's one of his boys. So I just ignored Max for about 6 months.
Like he's the muscle.
Yeah. But then we did this character. We all had to come up with a comedy character. And Max did this Spanish secondary school teacher and was just ridiculous.
Love it.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So from that point on, I was like, oh, he's brilliant. And then he's just always made me laugh.
I think apart from yourself, your fine self, sir. I think in the sketches he stands out, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's
amazing.
class.
Well, what's his dream? I've always wondered that. Like when I look into his eyes.
When do you do that?
No, normally on a screen. I've only met him once. But yeah, what's he about? I need to know inside his head.
So Max's dream is unfortunately to live in an underground cinema.
What? I'm sure that's feasible, isn't it? That's achievable.
It is, but what sort of life is it for him? You know, he's
Just watching Midsummer Murders.
Exactly. Yeah.
Only DVD's got.
Yeah. I just hope he never does that because we'll never see him again. But
Yeah.
that's his dream. His
Wow.
idea of he's just been completely. To be fair, coronavirus has been a little teaser.
A godsend for him. A godsend.
He's loved it. Yeah, just locked away.
So were you at? Did you say you was at college when you made How to Be Stormzy?
Just at the very end of it,
Right.
We'd made a sketch show for the equivalent of our dissertation. We made a sketch show, and I wanted to upload it to YouTube because I thought, oh, the people in the class enjoyed it. People online might. So just before we did it, I'd sort of made sort of chili challenge based videos, that sort of generic stuff at uni.
Yeah.
And I thought I can't go from that to a sketch show. I need something in between just to put people onto this being a comedy channel.
So did you already have your channel StephenTries?
Yeah.
Oh, so is that where it came from? Like
stuff,
Tries
yeah.
Chili Challenge and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
Terrible content. But then so I thought, right, I'll make a comedy sketch. So I'd just bought the Adidas navy blue jacket.
Yeah,
and I
nice.
thought, I could do the Stormzy video.
Yeah.
So it's the most rushed video we've ever made, and by far the most successful.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating, but that's just how it goes.
That's how I first stumbled upon your stuff. I think it was on Facebook, wasn't it? Because it was Lad Bible that shared it.
Yeah, Lad Bible, Uni Lad got it as well, and then Lad Bible realised they had it. I'd sent it off to them.
Right.
They shared it, and I got a lot more views than I ever thought it would.
Yeah.
But it got 1,000 views after a week, and I was chuffed with it.
What on YouTube?
Wow.
Yeah, and then 2 months later, I was in Kavos.
The YouTuber this time.
and just being swilled by another girl. And then I looked at my phone, and someone had said, "Oh mate, your video's taken off." I was like, "Oh, fuck off!" And I looked, and that had started to do well on Lad Bible.
How many views has that got now? Do you know?
I really don't know. I think I worked it out a couple of years ago, and it was collectively like 20 million on Facebook.
Fucking hell!
It's mental.
And no revenue to you, I guess.
No, but
Bastards. That's
when they first posted it, I was saying, please, like, tag my name in it.
Yeah.
I was in Asda, and it went live, and I was like, there's no tag there. So
Really?
I was just fuming down the pasta aisle, just going, messaging the guy who I knew from Lad Bible saying, you got to tag me in this.
Did you ever get your name in it?
I did, yeah.
Well, there you go. You prevailed in the end. Do you think Stormzy's ever seen it? Have you ever had a little DM from him or anything?
I'm sure, like, someone that he knows will have gone, oh, look at this. And Lad Bible were trying to set up a video with me and him. So he will have been aware of me, I'm sure. But
oh, wow. How come that didn't come to fruition?
Probably because I'm a knobhead. I think he would have seen me and gone, oh, he's just a dick. Don't want to give attention to him, which is fair enough. But
you're not really kind of taking the piss out of him, are you? That's the thing. In all of your sketches, you're kind of taking the piss out of you.
It's my character trying to be something that he's not.
Yeah.
And that's all it ever will be, just me being a div.
Yeah. Did you watch many YouTubers before? Because you just said you fell into it. That weren't ever anything that you tried to do.
Yeah, I watched a lot of YouTube, especially during university.
Right.
The people I used to watch would be yourself, JJ, Spencer FC.
Yeah.
Used to watch a lot of that.
Hashtag.
Don't forget to
Yeah. Well, that was before the hashtag days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that when he had all the stickers of all the footballers on the back
Wheel
and
of
stuff?
Fortune.
Yeah.
that was
now
class.
we're talking.
Yeah.
Spencer, bring that back. He's
Yeah.
not watching.
No.
He's not.
20 minutes here. So I used to watch just the sort of people that, were big in the UK. I was very just watching that. Just watching that. That's good, Stephen. So they were the people I really enjoyed. And then, it's a bit surreal now when you become a part of it and you're meeting these people. Like we're roasting the Sidemen, and
Yeah.
it's strange. You got to. I haven't done it, but I never sort of take a step back and go, I've done this, I've done that.
Yeah, you should do, because you've done so much. You're basically like the 8 fucking Sidemen member at this point, aren't you?
But I remember a bloke came up to me in the gym and went, "Oh, you're the Sidemen guy." And I made a video for at least a month, and I was like, oh, gotta make a video.
Did you just go with it? Did you just say like, yeah, it's me?
Yeah, exactly. My exact words. You went, that's a pathetic weight, isn't it?
So how do you meet Will? Because Will's obviously somebody that you've worked with a lot. You went on tour with him. How did that come about? Who reached out to the other?
I think he reached out to me. Yeah, I think because I wasn't really aware of his channel.
There you go, Will. Mug. Bet he watched mine, all right? Big fan of 25 Things Everybody Hates, this guy.
I genuinely was, yeah.
It's a banger. It's a classic.
You wouldn't be if you watched it back now. One of the things that I put on there, we were talking about this on the show.
It's terrible.
One of the things was gays. I have no idea why. One was Dom White. That's just a guy that went to my school. Remember that one? Another one was gays. Gays. We all make mistakes. I just want to put it on record now. I've never hated gays.
He loves Graham Norton.
Actually, I don't. I met him once and he was a prick.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a prick. I held a door open for him and he walked straight.
But not because he was gay.
Not because he was gay.
Yeah.
No, at the time.
Minced on through.
That's what annoyed me. That's what. Right. So Will reached out to you.
Yeah, and I think we spoke a little bit, and then he really started to take off with BG Media, and then we met at Upload Upload the Sidemen's convention. We met there, spoke to him. Weirdly enough, the first thing was I met him, and then he went, "Oh, I need to go to the toilet." So first impression was Will taking a steaming dump. He just sort of waiting outside the toilet cubicle and went, "Oh, I'll probably wait outside the building now." But yeah, we sort of met then, and then we didn't film together until I think it was after his birthday.
Right.
And I'd got very drunk due to Harry just kept pouring vodka when I wasn't looking.
Nice.
Spiking you.
Yeah. Might be illegal.
Yeah. And then we filmed. What was his series that he did? He did a series with a couple of people, and it was
Well, not the mastermind one.
That was it. Yeah.
Right.
So that was the first time we filmed together. And And then we just sort of
Just blossomed.
in a way, yeah.
Yeah. And then you did a tour with him, Twatty Live.
Yeah.
Talk us through that. What was the concept of was it literally like the online show, but on a stage format?
So it was, I think a company had approached Will,
Right.
and he told them about doing Twatty, and they were like, yeah, we'll do that live. And he got me into it, just to, someone to bounce off, I guess.
Yeah, to write the show.
And then I got Max into it to write for me. But I just thought I'd be more comfortable having someone to bounce off myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did the tour, but it was sort of like the month before the tour. A shop went out. I did make Peniella vodka in Cal Freeze's video. That's why I'm slurring my words so much. That hits hard.
Harry's been at it again.
Yeah.
He's never stopped, has he? He's never stopped.
Speaking, where's the chime? So yeah, a month before the show, we did all this writing, coming up with ideas. And we got a week before the show, we did the first run through, and it was a shambles.
Why?
Just because we really hadn't practiced it, and the segments we were doing, we weren't confident, we weren't selling it, we weren't performing at all.
So because obviously the series, for anyone who hasn't seen it, on Will's channel was just him looking at things that had happened that week on the internet.
Yeah.
But so the tour lasted was it like a month or something like that?
Yeah, it was 4 weekends. So
And was it the same show every night, or did you change it up with what bits you?
Same show, but there was. Yeah, it was very much the same show, but we added little bits each time as we went through, saw what worked. And,
Yeah.
Pardon me. That's embarrassing. But yeah, the show we had a week before was just awful, and then myself and Max went into the hotel room.
And cried.
We came up with. We sort of had this back and forth with the makers of the tour, because I had this just one drug joke, and they were really stumbling with me about it, just going, "You can't do that. We've got a young audience."
What was it?
So I was doing a guide to a night out, saying something to do with, it was like, this is right, this is wrong. So it was, buying a bag of Coke for 40 quid. I was like, this is wrong. Darren down the road selling it for 30. It was very, very simple, but it was sort of, it's what I do really in videos. That's my sort of humour.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what the audience will expect. And then we eventually got that passed, and we were fine with that. And then at that point, we just thought, we'll just write the worst things possible and see what they accept.
Mm-hmm.
So we wrote a Madly McCann jokes, just the most edgy stuff we could. And weirdly enough, that joke we wrote that night was sort of the most nights it'd be the biggest laugh we got. We got an applause for about the first 5 nights in a row. We'd get an applause break in Ipswich. That was the one laugh we got.
Really?
Oh, God.
It was just it was quiet for the whole evening. Like interval, we're like, fucking hell, let's just get this done.
Wow. Why do you think that was? Just a shit crowd.
But I can't blame Ipswich. It was maybe they just didn't get into it when there's more people. Because we did bigger venues, people just into it straight away. You could tell from the start.
Yeah.
Who's into it, who's not.
Well, how many was the Ipswich one?
Probably about 600 or 700.
Well, that's still fucking pretty meaty, isn't it?
Yeah. That excuse isn't working, is it? Shit content. Max was off that night. Just some people didn't get into it, I guess. And then if there wasn't a big laugh at the start, they just weren't into it. So with this show, right at the end, we have some more edgy jokes. I lay into Jeremy Lynch a bit. We just sort of, I think it was the top 5 rappers on YouTube.
Right.
And there was just a lot of references that the audience enjoyed. And yeah, the Madly McCann stuff sort of won it round. I think the makers of the tour thought, oh, that's the audience then, is it? I think they had a different idea of, they've done like Ali A, people like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were very, hitting a different demographic really.
Yeah.
It was really enjoyable doing the show. But yeah, it was just a different experience. Never thought I'd do it.
I think the thing is, when you sell to a YouTube audience, because often they're quite young, I imagine.
Yeah.
It must be awkward because I imagine that they'll come with their mum and dads.
Yeah.
So it'll be like mum, kid, dad, kid, mum, kid, dad.
Yeah.
So already half of the audience probably don't have a fucking clue what's going on.
Exactly,
like
yeah.
we did something at Summer in the City. I think I was telling someone about it on the show a few weeks ago, but we didn't plan any show. It was just going to be like Happy Hour Live. And we turned up and they were like, your room is like the most full we've seen. So already I was like, and I'm not saying that to brag. I'm literally like, oh fuck! Like
Yeah.
I didn't even know we were doing one until like 2 days ago. And I turned up and we were doing all the usual happy hour stuff, trying to be edgy, all that shit. And I'm just looking in the crowd and just seeing like mums and dads just looking at me like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
So when you do your stand up, do you do that as StephenTries now, or do you do that as you?
So, I the last time I did stand up was, when was it? I think it was 18 it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought you were still like doing it. Like
No, the problem with that was, so I just got fed up of doing the same material. Realistically, I should have written more, but it didn't occur to me at the time. And then it was just the nerves of doing a show because at that time I didn't really have the videos. That was my main focus, and it meant so much to me. Like, this is my only way of making it as a comedian.
right.
So I just built it up in my head, and the pressure was just too much, and it took away from my performance because I wasn't enjoying it.
Right. What do you literally just mean the nerves? Like
The nerves were just too much. So I'd be in the toilets before doing a show, just rehearsing my lines, just going over and over again. Then I'd come out and just almost do it like a monologue, really.
Yeah.
And if someone heckled, I already had a comeback in my head ready for it because I knew what to expect. So it just wasn't enjoyable. I just felt like I was,
That's
doing the
mad.
same
You
thing.
don't strike me as someone who gets nervous before that kind of thing. Because I remember when I think I last saw you when we both did the roast of the Sidemen video.
Yeah.
And if anyone hasn't seen it, I mean, it's got fucking loads of views. It was quite a hit for them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think the concept was simple. Sidemen sit on the stage, loads of YouTubers go up one after the other and try and roast them. Simple as that. And I remember I was shitting myself and I came up to you just before you went on and you were just like chatting and I'm just looking at you thinking, you look so composed right now. And I went, are you all right with all this? And you went, no, I'm absolutely shitting myself. I was just like, but you don't show that on the exterior, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's just this false persona I'm putting on.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just trying to distract yourself from what's going to happen.
Mm.
Then again with that roast, I went into the toilets. I think it was Lawrence who went before me. So
Right.
whilst he was on, I went to the toilets, just read through. I was like, okay, got to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think weirdly enough, it was in my first year of uni. I did some jokes, and Jason Manford had come in because he was an ex student, and he was watching me do my stand up, and I just didn't smile when I did it. I just delivered the lines. He was like, "You got to look like you're enjoying it," and I didn't want to look like I thought I was funny, so I wouldn't smile when I did stand up because I thought, I'm going to look cocky here, like I think I'm fucking hilarious. So I didn't smile. But the last time I did it was for joe.co.uk. So they were doing like a making me do 5 different things, and one of them was comedy. So I had to do a gig at a proper stand-up night, and it was Sean Walsh was doing it as well.
Okay, yeah.
Friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
Not mine. Reply to your email, Sean. No, so I went on. It went brilliantly. So it was like a reassuring way, and I was happy to leave that there. Maybe in the future. I just don't think I've lived enough of a life. So the problem I found was I was writing material that was based on my family members, exaggerating that, and it was probably, I'm sure the audience whilst laugh, they can't really connect to it because it's they'll probably go, oh, he's making that up.
I'm so surprised that you haven't been like doing it. Like I thought that was just something that you did alongside. I always saw you as, that's why I introduced you comedian and YouTuber, because I thought
I'll
you
take
it. Do you prefer to do YouTube now then? Because for me it was, I always wanted to do stand up, and YouTube wasn't working for a long time, and now I'm at a place where I'm happy with on YouTube. I kind of think, well, if I start comedy now, I'm going to have to start at the bottom of the ladder and work up when I'm already somewhere over here that's good. So is that the same for you, or is the dream still comedy?
I think what I enjoy about the sketches is I've got more of a control about what happens. If I mess up, it's just Max that's going to waste his time. It's only his day I'm ruining.
He's got nothing on.
He does in some sketches, just no. It's a cheap gag. But then with stand-up, the feeling of that was amazing. But the weird part was, whether it went well or went badly, I'd sort of come home feeling empty. It was
Oh,
bizarre,
really?
yeah. I'd be like, either if it goes well, that buzzer's gone, and you sort of have a dump of emotions, and you're like, oh. And if it went badly, you're like, oh, I'm a pathetic human.
Oh, God.
Like, what are you doing on this earth, sort of thing.
Did you ever properly bomb?
Oh yeah, it was. I sort of cherry picked my gigs, so I'd be like, that'll be good, that won't. So it wasn't too often, but I did this sort of corporate gig, my first, and it was I was told it was a company in St Helens. So I was like, oh, that's good. I can do my material about St Helens. They'll love that.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I got there and it was a pharmaceutical company. So
Oh.
all very intelligent people. The one branch in St Helens was like the tiny table in about this massive room. There's about 10 of them. So I was like, oh dear. And then the guy came up to me and went, so we've got a lot of Muslims in, so they're not drinking. So you might feel like a different energy in terms of like a rowdy crowd. So I was like, okay.
And then Harry turned up, and suddenly they were drinking. This
Didn't know
water's
you were away
fizzy.
to Harry.
Yeah, so the guy, the big boss, went up and he gave them a dressing down of their overall performance for the year, saying you've not hit these targets.
Oh,
I'm sat there.
fuck.
I should have been on an hour ago, just like, oh no. And then the next guy goes up. He does a reading of the Quran, and this is essentially my warm-up act. So that wasn't helpful.
It was annoying that he was taking your show as well.
Yeah.
That was all you had planned. I didn't read the Quran from start to finish. Never took off that.
Really didn't. So then after he read that, he then just introduced me. So, I go up to a mild applause. People are just waiting for the dessert. Then I
Oh
come
my
up
God.
and I start doing my jokes, and it's not hitting home. It's really, just people like sort of that face.
Yeah. What's going through your head in that moment? Are you shaking?
I'm just like, oh God. And then
That's awful.
I'm cringing now.
5 minutes in, this the guy who's booked me just goes like that, essentially saying, just get off. So I think I'll go off with what always works for me, which was a bit called Ladminton. So I just
Sorry, we're at a corporate gig. Ladminton.
So I'm dying on my arse.
Yeah.
And I go, Stephen, you got to use Ladminton at some point.
Pull out the big boy.
Yeah. So I go with this bit about how my badminton coach was a p***,
Right.
thinking that's gonna smash.
Bring the house down.
Awful. So 2 minutes later, I'm off the stage, head in my hands, and believe it or not, the night ends pretty soon after that. So the DJ's packing up his decks, going, "Oh, I thought you were funny."
Oh,
A bloke from the
God.
St Helens table comes over, goes, "Does you do weddings?" I'm like, "Not now, mate."
What? He wanted to book you again?
I just thought he was. So I was just like.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
I went home that night, and it was my sister's birthday, so I popped round to see her. I just sat on a living room floor in tears. Just
fuck.
like, yeah, happy birthday.
Was- you didn't say that was your last gig you ever did?
No, so that was a Saturday night. So on the Monday night there was this. It was called like a gong show.
Right.
So basically, if the audience likes you, you'll last the 5 minutes. If they're not enjoying your act, they'll put up a red card. If you get 3 red cards, you're off the stage.
Oh.
That's horrific.
It's brutal, yeah.
Yeah.
So this was called Beat the Frog in Manchester. So I thought I'll just sign up to that. I've got to try and bounce back.
I don't know how you have the balls to go from a nightmare situation like that to go onto a show in which you're so heavily
Yeah.
judged.
Well, it's pretty much, in my mind, I thought, it can't get any worse.
Right.
No better time to do it. So I thought, I'll do that. And because I backed myself in the material, I thought, this should have worked. So I went and did the exact same jokes. And I think I won the show that night.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a sort of redemption for me.
Yeah.
These people jokes are funny. But yeah, it's just you can do the exact same material, different audience, different reaction.
Get a completely different thing. Yeah, since I was doing a few gigs a few years ago, and then since I had that nightmare gig that I speak about all the time, I never did it again.
Yeah.
It was just like that. I just can't bring myself to do it. So fair play for getting back up there and doing it. I think that people want to see a StephenTries tour. Are they ever going to get that?
Maybe in the future. I've just got to live more of a life, and I think my audience. I need to have a slightly older audience,
Right.
maybe, just because I don't want to go on and do purely YouTube-based jokes.
No.
because they'll just be waiting for me to make a joke about KSI or Deji or something.
Yeah. Do you think it's super important when doing comedy to like draw from past experiences? Is that super vital to you?
I really enjoy telling anecdotes because I sort of enjoy being the butt of the joke and how tragic I am.
Yeah.
That's what sort of comedians like that. Kevin Bridges, he'll do it in a way.
Yeah.
But I think, for me, being the butt of the joke gets the audience on side because he's not trying to talk down to us. He's a fucking loser. Let's skip that. The problem I had with stand-up was I would make jokes about my family. I'd be taking the piss out of them, and audience members would be like, "Oh, you shouldn't talk about your mum like that." So
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
But usually 9 times out of 10, like it's a made-up story, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are they to tell you you can't take the piss at your own mum?
Have some bloody respect for your mother, will you?
My mum would love it. She's having to get a name out there. Admittedly, the vibrator anecdote that followed it tarnished it, but that was the gist of it.
And that didn't work at a corporate event. That's strange. Would you ever do stand-up, Alf?
I'd be too scared to bomb. The closest I came was we were in
That's
Liverpool,
exactly what I was thinking of.
and it's always been Jaack's dream to be a stand-up, and I kept saying to him, I'd do it. We were going to watch a gig later that night.
You know the in Liverpool, the Hot Water Comedy Club? We were going there, weren't we?
Yeah, I went, I'd do it. If they asked me to do a 5 minutes, I'd do it. And I was going, that's the reason you're not going to make it, because you don't want to do it, blah, blah, blah. And then I'd had a couple of beers, and about 20 minutes later, Jaack looked up and went, you're going to hate me. And I went, what have you done? And he went, I've just got you 5 minutes at the end. And I honestly shut. I was fuming. What the fuck did you do that for? Like, I wasn't being serious. Anyway, I wrote this.
You just wrote
I spent the next hour
down.
Writing this 5 minutes. It was awful. I thank God every day I did not do that 5 minutes.
Do the one about the rice box.
No, that was bad. I do that. I was going to go on. My opening line isn't this is not funny, by the way.
Right,
and it's really can I do it?
Is it the rice box?
No, I'm going to do
the
that.
cancer one.
Yeah,
yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
I was going to go on and say, I was going to go right. The owner said I'm not allowed to make puns or cancer jokes, but I just think he doesn't have a good sense of humour. Which
and the Scousers would lap that up.
It wasn't good. And then I followed that up with I won't say what the next joke is because it is quite racist.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But the funny thing was, I hadn't booked that, obviously. And we was in the taxi, and I completely forgot that I told him he was doing it. And he was shitting himself. And I just looked over and I was like, Alf, what are you doing? He was like, I'm just fucking writing a set. I was like, but imagine having the bollocks to do that. If you booked 5 minutes for me at a comedy gig, I've got jokes I've written before, but I wouldn't just go, well, okay, then I guess I've got to do it now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you to fuck off.
Yeah.
And you're sat in the taxi writing so that's why I was like, I reckon you've got something in you. If you could get up and do that.
I don't know. I think I'm just a beta male, so if someone tells me to do something, just out of politeness, I wouldn't say, sorry, it was my mate doing a prank. I would have become a stand-up comedian for the rest of my life out of politeness.
I think you have to kind of be a beta male to be good at comedy. To be able to draw on your own kind of insecurities and take the piss out of yourself. Imagine if you get up on stage and you're like a big alpha dog, and then imagine like Brian trying to do stand-up. Do you know what I mean? We saw it at the bloody roast, didn't we? I'm only joking, Brian. I'm only joking. Right, Stephen, you are a sketch comedian.
Sketchy comedian is the phrase the police use. Yeah.
You've done hundreds of sketches, and that's how everyone knows and loves you. Your first one, as we spoke about, was How to Be Stormzy. What's your personal favourite on the old YouTube channel?
Of mine.
Yeah.
All right. Just before massive narcissist. I don't know. It changes. I quite like Educating Eating is one where it's a concept. It's like a sketch that, if it was done by proper actors, it could be on TV sort of thing. It could work. So I guess that one is one that works well. In terms of recent ones, I can't think. I don't think I've made any. This next one I'm working on. No, one I did enjoy was the N word, which was
that was good.
That's brilliant.
About nonces.
Yeah,
and I really enjoyed that. It was very much sort of Alan Partridge scissor dial, where he does this. He picks on a topic, interviews a few people. So I really enjoy those ones to the camera where you're making a joke.
Yeah.
The one I'm working on at the moment is similar to that style. Not sure if I'll get cancelled for it, but we'll wait for that to come out.
Bit of context.
It's to do with
Oh, no.
God. The Quran.
Bringing that one back.
Yeah.
it's just to do with it's to do with finding a it's just a taboo subject. That's all I'm saying. But it's
we
me.
need to know.
Okay, it's me trying to find the first gay professional footballer. But it's to do with how my character handles it.
Right,
Is
yeah.
the fact that he takes it upon himself
Yeah.
to go, no one else is coming out. I'll find someone.
Yeah.
Because I was watching, I think it was Graham Souness talking on Sky Sports.
What a character he is.
Yeah, talking about going to watch. He went to Brighton Pride, and he's like, it's a good time for gay people to come out. They should just come out. I thought this whole conversation is about you outing a homosexual footballer. So I thought from that point it could be a funny sketch. Just someone sort of being a detective trying to find the first gay footballer.
But that's another thing that you're good at, taking topics that are probably harder to joke about, and then I think because you do portray, because you are a comedian, you can push the boundaries a lot more. Whereas if I don't know, if I'm Alex, who's just like a commentary usually, but if he just came out and randomly just slipped like a StephenTries style edgy joke in there, it probably wouldn't land.
Fire,
Have you ever done a sketch, done the whole process, and then it's never seen the light of day because maybe you thought it was a bit too far?
No. Maybe I should have. No, the one I was debating was we did a joke about going on sort of Sally Telly, if you will, selling the Madeleine McCandle. And the studios we filmed it in were like, yeah, you can use it for free, just tag us on Instagram. Tagged them on Instagram and they went, yeah, get rid of that. At least crop the candle out for fuck's sake.
The Madeleine McCandle.
She's looking at us.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, that was one where I thought I might get in trouble for this, but it's that ridiculous that I thought it's okay. So
have you ever received any backlash for any of the sketches?
Yeah, a couple of times. I think it's when it goes onto Facebook, you reach a different audience.
Oh, fuck them lot though.
Oh, there was some amazing ones. We did a second channel video with me and Max making cocktails.
Oh, I saw that.
Complete piss take.
Yeah.
Lad Bible said, "Oh, we'll put it on one of our pages." So I was like, "Okay." And I was looking at the comments, and someone goes, "So at the start, I'm just talking to the camera, and I have a shirt on, and I wipe the glass in my
crease of your eye."
There we go. And someone's like, I work at Frankie Benny's and that would never fly there. Sort of thing. And like people saying I switched off at this point when he's doing that. I'm just like, oh, you take it so seriously, and they're on about how young I look,
Yeah.
Imagine being served by someone you need to be ID'd. You should be IDing them. People are livid.
Yeah.
Man, it's just
Facebook's a weird corner of the
different
internet,
world,
though. Yeah, we were speaking to Joe Weller about Facebook and stuff, and I literally just use my page just to put any old shit on now.
Yeah.
Like if it flies on there, like I don't go, oh, that must be a good video.
Yeah.
It's just like that's a good video for Facebook. I think what we'll do is we'll go for a little break there. When we come back, we're going to continue to speak to Stephen about his sketches, and we're going to have a little chat about the Wembley Cup.
Oh yeah.
little bit of all eboys chat, little bit of XO, and we'll finish on some hypothetical questions. But until then, go and make yourself a cup of tea and come back after this. Hello guys, and welcome back to Jack Mate's Happy Hour podcast. Still here with not Stevie, it's Alfie bloody Indra. Do you like doing pods?
Yeah, I do like doing them. I don't read the comments anymore after the fruit one.
Yeah, a lot. But this is the thing. We did that terrible video where we tried to convince the internet you were a fruitarian.
Yeah.
A fair few people saw it, but they didn't see the podcast where we revealed that you aren't.
I know. More people have seen the clip of me pretending to be a fruitarian on the podcast than they've seen the reveal video. I actually looked the other day for the first time on the Facebook comments, and there's like people from school tagging each other in it.
Yeah, I think it got 800k on Facebook, which is mental. Of you saying that you don't eat fruit that's fallen What was it? What was the main premise?
I don't know. Shit, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't eat fruit that I only eat it when it's mouldy.
Yeah, because otherwise you're killing fruit, basically. That's what we thought.
Yeah.
And but like I said to Stephen in the first half, Facebook is a fucking minefield for Karens, mate.
Yeah.
So
There were some nasty comments in that one.
do your YouTube comments get you down?
No, they don't. They don't usually. I usually laugh at them. There was a couple after KSI hated our video that stung. They stung. They were not very nice.
Do you remember when we saw that he'd reacted to our Sidemen
We were
song?
smashed.
We were smashed, and I was like, "Oh, mate, he's put it in a Reddit video."
So
I was like, "Oh, this could do well for the thing." So we went upstairs. We had a house full of people. We was like, "Right, Alf, let's sneak upstairs." We set a camera up, and we were filming our reaction to his. And I don't know if you've seen it, but he absolutely just mugs us off. And then afterwards, we sat there. I was like, "We'll delete that footage," and then we went back down. Everyone was like, "What did he say? What did he say?" Don't worry about it.
Yeah. The worst bit was when my girlfriend just patted me on the back. She was like, "It's all right. It's like, you're making it worse."
He went, "This isn't a diss track. This is a Sidemen serenade." And then he said something like, "It hurts to listen to." Or so. And you're an actual musician.
That stung me a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Fuck it.
yeah.
Don't worry about
it. We can't all make beerus, can we? So,
Stephen, do you let comments get to you, mate, or not?
Definitely used to, especially with Facebook.
Did you?
Yeah, when it gets shared on there, I just get torn down. But then these days, I'm not too bad. I always go to bite, and then I think, "What are you doing?" Just got to think. If ever I've left a negative comment in the past,
Yeah.
like when I was young, it was because I was jealous or
Yeah.
just that would be the sole reason.
Yeah.
Sorry to Joe Weller if you're watching. There's a few Cassie comments.
Catty.
So I just thought that's the only time you're ever going to do it is if you're sort of envious. If you're in a good place in life, you're not going to be going,
No.
"Oh, you're a twat."
Yeah. I don't know if you saw my tweet I put yesterday, but 4 lads on Instagram have just added me to this group, to this Instagram group, and 4 of them are just for about a month now. Every day they are just giving me so much shit. They're saying like, "Hope you get cancer. Fiona's really ugly." And I just, because I've seen it come up before, but I've not clicked on it. And yesterday I was like, I'm just going to click on this because I'm sure this has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
I just scrolled back and there's messages every single day. Mental. I did reply in the end. I thought I'd do the Lawrence McKenna approach of kill 'em with kindness. So I was just like, "Hope you do really well in life, lads." Like I remember when I was a little angry teenager as well, and they just put cancer. that was all they put. Anyway, let's move on from that. What a way to start the second half of the show with cancer.
That reply would make their day, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing with them. They're just biting, or not biting. They're just giving you bait to just please give me attention.
Have you ever had it where someone gives you shit and then you reply and then they go, "Sorry, mate, only joking. You're a legend."
That fucks me off.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, so I just don't reply a lot of the time.
Yeah, fair play. Right, Stephen, I want to talk a little bit about a bygone era. EXO.
Yeah.
What EXO collab channel? True Geordie, Lawrence McKenna, WillNE. Quite a prominent time in your YouTube life, was it?
It was, but it also sort of took away from my own channel, I think, because I was doing that once a week.
Yeah.
There are 6 other days in the week, but
Busy bee.
Yeah. I think because I was getting paid from that, I just lost the will to, not the will, the power. Fuck me, Stephen. I lost the energy for my own channel, thinking, there's not much to gain from here. So EXO was good, but probably not the best time for my channel.
No. Did you feel that? Because something I'm going through at the moment, I mentioned to you, I think just before we came on, about like my views have dropped recently, quite drastically, and I didn't know whether that was because I started a second channel during lockdown, mainly because I didn't have this as my second channel, as in Happy Hour, and I feel like, because you don't upload a lot, do you?
No.
But when you do, you get good views and people. There's a hunger for it, and I felt like I had that. Like people had that with me as well. Like people used to take the piss out of the upload schedule and whatnot, but because I started doing the second channel and it was content, when I then uploaded on the main channel, people already felt like, "Oh, we've seen him 4 times this week already."
Yeah.
Did you feel like that? Did you notice like a drop off with your own content when you were doing EXO?
I think it was just I didn't spend enough time writing, and I'd have one good idea maybe every 2 months, and it wasn't happening enough. And Yeah, I was becoming more distant from my own mates. So obviously the chemistry we have for making the videos, that was falling away. And we were doing all these interesting things on XO. So I started to do the podcast on the main channel. And I think I've done 3 podcasts out of the last 4 videos. We were like, this is becoming a podcast channel. I was like, oh yeah. So after the tour, I got back to sketches a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm getting, when I was coming up to 1 million, it was like a good goal for me to just keep making content. So I found that drive again, and Corona's fucked it a little bit. But then, coming out of it, I should be in a good place.
Yeah.
So.
Did you not enjoy XO really then?
I enjoyed. I loved filming the videos.
Yeah.
It was just the effort of going to London and maybe just being distracted from my own channel. But that was just me.
Yeah.
So towards the end, it wasn't as fun because the video ideas weren't what I wanted, and it wasn't quite what we had at the start. But it was still good.
Why did it end? There's a lot of speculation online that it's that little slug Cam Kirkham.
No, it's tricky because I think with the tour, me and Will came away from that, and Will didn't get as much out of XO as the rest of us. So he was thinking, I'm going to take myself away from that a little bit, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would have done the same.
Yeah.
Cam came in. Unfortunately, with Cam, I found out when the viewers found out that he was becoming a member. So I was like,
man,
what the fuck's going on? No offense to Cam.
Yeah. That's mental.
Yeah. So I wasn't happy about that. I think didn't take that well. Not because it was Cam, but it was more because am I part of this group?
Yeah.
So there was a lack of communication there. But when Cam came on board, we did the Wembley Cup after that. That was a fun experience. But I think we sort of peaked at that, and then following the tour, videos had been pretty sporadic.
Yeah.
Because me and Will had gone away.
Yeah.
And the content was a bit dry. But my idea for videos I always wanted to do sort of more challenges, like take us in pairs, put us against each other.
Yeah.
I think that'd be more interesting. But it became more sit down videos, and you're limited then.
And I guess what you're trying to say is you can't do pairs when there's a 5th member, so it was Cam's fault. Fuck you, Cam.
There's the clickbait. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. You grafted for that.
StephenTries admits Cam Kirkham ruined XO.
It's the slug Cam Kirkham.
No, I like Cam. Cam.
No, he's a nice lad. He was a really
Which one of them don't you like?
No, they're all good.
It's Brian. It's definitely Brian.
No, I love the thing with Brian and Lawrence. They're just the dynamic of those two. It's just
it works really well.
So strange, isn't it? Just the alpha and beta.
Which one's which?
Yeah, we don't know. But I think me and Lawrence, we've got such a similar sort of style of humour.
Yeah, Brentisms.
Yeah. But I think me and Lawrence got on really well. I have a different relationship with Brian. We get on really well. Yeah. And I get on with Will really well.
Yeah.
Cam, again.
No. You're going to clip that out? That's going up as a clip.
I didn't know him as well, but the time I did spend with him, he was lovely. He's a little bit like constantly giving you digs.
Right.
So you don't really get to know him as well.
Yeah.
Because he's always sort of performing. But from the time I did spend with him, he was a nice guy.
Fair play. You did mention in that about the Wembley Cup.
Yeah, got the posters on my wall.
What was that like? What was it like? We've had a few people on here who have been lucky enough to play at Wembley.
Yeah.
My invite's always kind of been lost in the post. But talk us through that day. So, you're playing. Did you know how much time you were getting on the pitch? Was it all up in the air?
I wanted just no time at all on the pitch.
Really?
Yeah. Because
you would have been genuinely happy if you went all the way to Wembley and you didn't get on the pitch.
Yeah. Because it was. Don't get me wrong. Now I play football every week, like 5-a-side.
Yeah.
I love it, but this was so serious. There was be a few YouTubers and all these semi-pro knobheads who no one cares about.
Yeah.
That's just the F2's team, really. Purely them. Some twat from a GQ magazine or something.
Right.
Going in 2 foot in Cam, and I'm just thinking, what are you doing, you plum?
Yeah.
We've already had Billy injured, not another life lost. Come on.
So what you thinking the morning of?
You can tell I'm past it, can't you?
Are you nervous the morning of?
A little bit nervous, but that was because the night before I'd done the F2 diss track.
Was that really the night before?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the tour had said, Stephen, you need to make a video to promote the tour. And that was at the start of the week, and I was like, shit, I need to make a video. So then I did the F2 diss track, got that done, and then posted it on the Saturday. So
how did the diss track came about? Because was that the qualifying games where it all kicked off?
Well, even before that, we filmed EXO's first video. It was me and Brian and the F2.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lawrence and Will went to meet Cavani in Paris.
Already, you're a bit bitter about it.
They got the short straw. So we had to go and film with them.
Yeah.
And we did a sort of mix of football and then a few other games.
Yeah, Jenga, wasn't it?
Yeah. And so whilst we were there, we were doing Mr. and Mrs. Although we wanted to call it Mr. and Mister, but I won't name names. But someone got really offended at that.
Oh God!
And said, "You're not calling us Mr. and Mister."
Oh my word!
So it was just off-putting from the start. And genuinely, after that day, because I was making jokes, Brian was laughing.
Yeah.
But then those two weren't. The manager wasn't. He's just
yeah,
he's a slug.
Yeah, yeah. That's what. Because do you remember when we were editing and you told me to get that video up because I hadn't seen it.
I love it, mate.
I'd watched. This was a couple of months ago, just before I made a video on Jez, but. You were really excited. You was like, mate, you have to watch it until the end. And I was like, no, I've seen the football challenges. He was like, no, it's the end bit. And then, like you were just saying, you played Jenga and then you did Mr. and Mrs. And so what was the joke where they didn't really...
Oh, his favourite sex position, I think.
Yeah, and you said something about a dirty...
I called it the hungry professor.
That's the...
I meant the nutty professor, but I accidentally put the hungry professor. And then... I think Brian has put doggy style.
Yeah.
It's like, is that where you pick up the shit? As a little joke.
That is funny, though.
That is funny.
They're just shaking their heads.
Was that not an act then? Because I didn't know whether or not that was supposed to be funny.
No, that was them just being, this isn't on brand. That was their whole vibe.
Oh, wow.
So we can't be seen laughing at that sort of thing. And then afterwards, you'd think it'd be like, oh, that was funny, mate, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just them.
What, so the camera goes off?
Yeah, they're just like, Jeremy's off to shag his Audi R8. Genuinely, the first thing he did was he pulled up in the car park and then he's talking about his Audi R8. The EXO might have the footage. I just look at the camera, shaking my head like, is this real? He just... I'm sure there's parts of him that are likeable, but me and him just...
Didn't click?
No, because I think he just takes himself too seriously.
Yeah.
Because it's edited, you can laugh at a joke or be like, mate, you got to tone that down. You can speak, but if you're just going to sit there shaking your head, talking about how many millions you make from your Adidas deal.
Oh my God.
Yeah, talking about there was a question to do with in a house fire, save one item. He talks about one item in particular, and then he goes, "No, we can't put that in because people might work out where I live."
Fuck.
It's just you're ruining a video.
What was the item?
He said a ladder. I think he completely misunderstood the question. Gotta save me a ladder. Yeah, so...
Quick, grab the ladder. Like three of them.
Jumps out the window. Jeremy! But I think, it was just we clashed because I was just there to take the piss, have a laugh. And that
if anyone's going to make a video with StephenTries, you're going to know that you're going to come on the other end of it. Yeah, it's what you do.
I just don't think he can be the butt of the joke or even be a thing where it's a little bit piss takey. He has to be in control, maybe.
Yeah.
And
then you went on from that day and made the diss
that always
track.
sat with me because I thought fuck you guys for not, just ruined my day. I felt so awkward. You can probably see it in the video. I was
Yeah,
dying.
it's so
I thought I was performing to pharmacist. I was just sat there going,
The best thing you could have done was leave it in though.
Yeah.
Because they look like dicks.
Yeah.
I watched it and thought you're just not funny.
Yeah. No one looked at that and thought you was being a cock.
Yeah,
Apart from anyone connected with F2.
So
A man like Hacks, maybe. Do you know about him, Alfie?
No, I've not heard of Hacks.
Don't worry about that
you've
then.
not heard of him?
No.
Oh, that's everyone then.
So you made this diss track, which was
Yeah.
very, very funny.
Again, it was a big piss take, but there was a couple of things where I thought I'll just a few jibes about him being on Britain's Got Talent, that sort of thing, and it was more aimed at Jeremy because Billy, just an ordinary bloke,
Right.
So yeah, Jeremy was the one who I took a bit of a disdain to, and he came round us because it was on the Sunday. We were all in. They'd put us and the F2's team together, even though we were playing each other.
Yeah.
And then he was walking around the table, and everyone was sort of laughing as he came up to me, and he was like shaking my hand.
Is this on the
On the Sunday.
Right, okay.
So they'd gone out the night before, and he hadn't seen it. So he was like, "Oh, haven't you seen the video?" And he was like, "No." So I just dashed. I was like, "Fuck off." And then later we were on the coach. He had seen it, and then he was just livid. I imagine
He's on the coach with you.
so.
So fucking awkward.
They put us on the same coach as them, so we're at the back. Cool kids. They're at the front.
Nerds.
One of the players who's an Instagram comedian, he came out with a quip, and I said, "Oh, he's doing one of his funny characters." So everyone was just laughing at him. So I think he got angry with me.
What, the comedian?
Yeah, mate, he's
Oh,
not. Stephen's being nice. When he said, did you hear the oxymoron? Instagram comedian. Like they kind of cancel each other out there.
So I thought we played the game, we lost. Jeremy got the better of me individually in the game.
Well, in the final, you mean? Yeah,
no,
not
the semi-final. So
in
that's
the
when we played them.
Oh, I got you. Actually, at Wembley though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, fair play. They've beat us. So I was just clapping to the people in the stadium. Then one of the players comes up to me. He's just mouthing off at me, going, you're doing your stupid little videos or whatever.
That's what we all do. We're YouTubers, mate.
I don't think he quite grasped it. And he was just mouthing off, threatening me. And we're at a charity football game, and he's threatening me genuine threats of violence, and I'm just like, I was so taken aback. I was like, what is going on? We're stood in front of young fans, and he's doing this.
Wow.
And he was mouthing off at me. And again, I respond, and he's got no reply. He just gets mugged off so easily. I think you're supposed to be a comedian. So as I'm walking past Lawrence, I'm like, he said this to me just because I thought, I'll get my dad involved. And Lawrence is like, what? And then steps up to him, and he's talking to him. He's mouthing off at Lawrence then. So I think, I'm going to have to go to my other dad. So I go to Brian. Explain to Brian, he's like, all right, if he carries on, I'll have a word. So anyway, it all calms down. We're sort of in the after party in the bar, and I'm stood up with Kieran Carlin, just talking to him, and then Jeremy Lynch comes over with his little mate, and
oh God,
and they've got a camera crew with them. So he comes round and he's going, I think my mate's funnier than you. So I'm like, okay.
My dad's bigger than your dad.
So he's doing that, and of course I've been saying to people that what they did after the game, and so my dad, who was at the game to watch me, just stands at the other side of them, and I think they recorded it, so they'll have the footage. Never been released. I don't know why. And then Adam Boltwood, who you might know from videos like Adam Boltwood pegging compilation, he was filming it as well. But the cameraman for them, like they were making these shit digs, and he was like, I'm looking at him thinking, you're a cunt as well. Anyway, it was just the weirdest afternoon.
So what they've come over to you to try and get his mate to roast you?
Well,
what did they want from that interaction?
This is it. I'm in my mind, I think you've won the Wembley Cup. This is what this is all about. Just celebrate it. He was taking photos in hashtags, like where all their players were, stood in the middle of them taking photos. They're all fucked off with them.
Yeah.
Then he comes up to me because he's just trying to just get all these points off people.
Right.
I'm thinking, you've beat us in the game. That's what this all was about. This is done.
Yeah.
You've had the last laugh. But then he comes over to me and he's going, blah, 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 blah. So I just start picking at Jeremy then talk about his Halloween video.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
and then I start, I think his other mate goes, "Oh, you're making the videos with your gay mates." So I just go,
What?
"Gay mates? Why are you being homophobic?" So he freezes up because he realises he's made a mistake.
Yeah.
And then
Gay man. That's such a horrible, like...
he's in his 40s.
Oh, God.
And then he comes out with he's getting a Lamborghini. Jeremy. And this is...
Oh, God.
I'm just stood there, like, what is going on? Anyway, so a big circle's formed at this point, and everyone's just wondering what's going on. I'm worried that my dad's gonna just hit someone because
You're on about your actual dad now, not
my
Brian.
actual dad,
Right.
because they're being such knobheads either side of me, trying to intimidate me.
Yeah.
Neither of them are bigger than me, which is embarrassing. Just sort of Moses in the Red Sea. Brian comes through, everyone parts, and he just like says, "I think you need to shut the fuck up," and then takes me out, not to me, takes me out the back, just takes me away from it, which is perfect.
Yeah.
And then, whilst we're out there, I can hear a bit of a commotion. I think, oh God, what's my dad done?
He's glassed Jeremy.
Can I get a photo, Jeremy? No, how do you swaz it so well?
What's your Lamborghini going to be like?
So I go back in,
Mm.
and I just see that, you know, as he's gone off, the F2, you know, they've been mouthing off. I think Will's come in, Max has come in. Max has had a lot of free beers, so he's quite literally steaming at this point at the F2. But moral of the story is, like knobheads, you get kicked out of the Wembley Stadium.
Did they get kicked out? Oh, wow. What a lovely
That's
ending.
so embarrassing.
So
Yeah.
embarrassing. Yeah. But you can kind of tell, like, if you had to predict how he would act in a situation like that,
Yeah.
you'd probably guess that, wouldn't you?
I mean, the good thing about it is, I saw you tweet, because on that day, he was doing the monster drink, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was sat at home watching it
Yeah.
thinking, obviously, I don't know at the time what's going on behind the scenes, but that monster stuff was
It's awful.
cringiest thing going.
So I think you tweeted something about him, and I messaged you saying he's awful, like
Yeah.
blah blah blah, just because I thought, I was just venting to anyone that listened to me because it just got to me so much.
Yeah.
But then I think what's come from it is people have mainly seen him for a bit more for who he is.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, he's not been a nice person to me, but I think it's just exposed him for the sort of twatty sort of personality he has.
Yeah.
And maybe he's toned that down, maybe not. But
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna like drop names and stuff, but I've heard like behind the scenes that him and Billy actually don't get on at all. So it's like I actually bumped into Billy at the KSI fight, and I thought in the small like little altercation that I had with him, I thought he seemed okay. So I would hate to imagine getting in like a multi-million-pound kind of like duo with someone like Jeremy that you just can't seem to break it, because if they break that, imagine all the money Billy's going to lose. So I think we should start a little fundraiser for Billy to try and help him out. Before we move on from that, what was there's the famous little altercation on the pitch where he tries to go through you and then you push him.
He does go through me, to be fair.
What did you say to him when you pushed him?
I touched the ball once and said cunt 3 times in that game.
Did you? Or every time to him?
So genuinely, if he'd have just left it,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking loser. You've won the ball off me, floored me, and you've won the game. Leave it at that. What can I do to that? All I can do is have a bit of egg on my face saying, "Yeah, you won, fair play."
Yeah.
I've just made a diss track saying we're going to beat you at Wembley. You've just beat me.
Yeah.
That's not enough for him, and that's unfortunately the downfall for him is, you know, he's not a happy man.
He seems like, because I used to play semi-pro football when I was like 16, and they are the worst cunts ever. Like they really, like they come in, they think they're like pros.
Yeah.
But it's like, mate, you're playing for Dis Town for 20 quid a week.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And all of them, they were proper out.
This town.
I played for Dis Town, mate.
Do you not know this? This is a place just outside of Norwich.
That's amazing. Dicktown, what a team name.
I never actually thought of that before.
Yeah.
That's well good.
Yeah, I remember when I was a fanboy of Example back in the day, and he came to Norwich on the train. He took a picture of that. I was like, "This is the best place in the world."
But the guys there, that I know, I feel like I know what Jeremy's like because I've spent time around people like that.
Yeah.
It's delusional.
Yeah, and there is a lot of lad culture in football, isn't there?
Yeah.
Which probably doesn't mix with
some of the
actual
conversations.
comedians.
They'd all come in and just talk about how they'd had sex with their wives the night before.
Well, I should
I'd be
hope so. It's your wife.
You've got 3 kids. You've got 3 kids, Clive. I'm assuming you're not a virgin.
I know you've done it at least 3 times.
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding. Let's move on from that. From
Not that she's a
EXO,
pudding.
from EXO to the eboys.
Okay.
They're a new collective on YouTube. Why are you not in it?
I don't think I'm not into that sort of content really. I've never been one for the like Will style videos. I'll jump in, but I'm not very good at talking about these.
Belle
like
Delphine.
I'm no good at it.
Do you just have no interest in that kind of world, or you can't be asked?
No, I don't have an interest. It's out of my sort of scope. So I'm very mainstream with YouTube. Like the people I watch, anyone outside of it, I don't really care.
Yeah.
So I just don't have an interest.
Fair. Who do you watch now? What are your favourite channels?
I don't know.
Because I'd find it hard to say mine. Do you know what I mean? So.
I do watch your videos.
Oh no, I meant like I couldn't tell you who my favourite ones are.
No, I do. They are shit, but I watch it.
It's on. Yeah. Don't you fall asleep and you wake? No.
I watch probably Nick or Milana.
Yeah,
I watch probably Wellers from time to time.
Yeah.
Like I literally do yours.
I watch podcasts.
Yeah.
And, not my own. Life's too short, guys. But I watch Nico, and then I watch the Sidemen. Weirdly enough, I watch Chris MD because I don't know what it is, but there's something about seeing Chris MD in a thumbnail I will watch.
Yeah, I watch. I don't think I've missed a Chris MD upload in ages.
There's something about his videos. I catch most of Will's. I do watch the eboys to see what they're doing. I quite like the group channel videos.
Yeah. You're quite tight with the old Sidemen now, aren't you?
I wouldn't know. I'm not tight, but I think they like having me in videos, which is nice. And I like doing their videos because it's stuff I'd never do.
Yeah.
Talking to girls. But I think, they're just a nice bunch of people.
How many of theirs have you done? You've done Sidemen Tinder?
Well, weirdly enough, Harry said it today because he said he's doing like a general knowledge quiz. This is general knowledge, but he said, "How many videos have you been in?" And I think it was 7 in total.
Oh wow!
But one of them was a narration, and
right.
People that have heard my voice know that isn't a treat. So,
talk us through the Dragon's Den video. That was one of my favourite little StephenTries cameos that you did.
Brilliant.
You went on with Max, didn't you? And
so we went on, and I think we had a week's notice to do this product, and so I was talking to Max, and I was saying like, we've just got to go on with the worst product ever. I'd like to think we achieved that. And so we were talking about his knowledge of fleshlights and my knowledge of footwear. And we thought we'd combine the two with a coochie trainer. And so it was just awful. I mean, my Amazon order was, I had to sign for this fleshlight and then dismantle it, and it was so degrading. And then stuff it into a shoe. Honestly, I mean, we ordered a kid's shoe as well for the joke. Unfortunately, it wouldn't fit in the shoe, but so we just went on, and we stood outside in suits rehearsing this this pitch we were going to do. We're taking it so seriously, forgetting we're going on there with a coochie trainer. I think the video got demonetized because of us.
Oh, wow.
Definitely. I was whizzing it around as well, so
they blurred it out in the video though, didn't they?
God bless him, had probably a full day of just blurring that pink fleshlight.
How did it go down on the day? Did the boys like
well,
it?
they were in character, so it took a little while to break them.
Yeah.
And then once we broke them, we once they'd laughed, it was like, okay, they see what we're doing. And then Harry Harry's a big fan of Max, so he was going to invest. I think we got the most investment on the day.
Well, congrats.
Not seen any of the money, but seen plenty of the coach and trainer. But I've seen the Calix bringing out trainers.
Yeah.
I said it today. You know, all the YouTubers are saying, "Oh, this is great. Where was that energy for my shoe?"
Did Max get nervous doing that, or is he not?
Did, yeah.
Did he?
He got nervous for the tour. And my favourite memory from the tour is so he comes on right at the end. He doesn't have that many lines, but one of the things was we're doing a eulogy for Will, and Max has a line, and he completely forgot it. So I was like just waiting for him, just smiling at the audience, looking at him, waiting. I was like, "What do you think, Max?" And then he remembers his line, but I think nothing more of it. I just think I always forgot his line. Fair enough. So I go out in the wings, and we're in Oxford. So there's about 20 people in the audience anyway. And he's just leaning against the wall with his head against it, just going, "I fucked it, Stephen, I fucked it." And he'd had 5 Red Bulls before the show. He was just shaking. So yeah, he was. He does get a little bit nervous. But he used to do stand-up as well, but he'd just not rehearse anything and go out there.
Wow.
But he did.
Really?
Yeah.
That takes big balls. Yeah.
Yeah. But then he did one of those gong shows where you get carded.
Yeah.
And after a minute, he got carded off, and someone had thrown 20p at him.
Really? Has that got anything to do with why his name on Twitter was Gong?
No, I don't know what that is, to be fair.
An inside joke of himself.
Yeah. I think so.
You did. So you did the Dragon's Den one. You did a few
Yeah.
others. You did. Was it Sidemen Tinder or the
Sidemen
YouTubers
Tinder.
one?
Oh, the YouTube Tinder, yeah. That was the third one.
Oh, that was the one with Bambina Becky on and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. What's that like? But when you do that, because obviously they get viewed by millions and millions of
Yeah.
people. So is that less nerve wracking because they're all doing it with you?
What I was worried about was because I had exactly the amount of lines I needed for the girls there was.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, if anyone says the same one as me, yeah, I'm fucked. But fortunately, no one went down the weird path I did. I was really nervous just because, it's talking to females. That's
Yeah.
that's enough for me to be, panicking. But then I think once you get into it, there sort of became this pressure around people were stumbling the lines, and if they did, everyone was like, "Wee."
Yeah.
So it's just trying to get through that without messing up. I feel like once like in your head, once you've done one, you know which ones are going to be really good, which ones might not.
Right.
And I think
What was your best line?
the one that got clipped up was the Pancake Day one.
That was
And-
so good.
And the girl I said it to, Els, that I felt so bad because I had no idea who was coming,
Yeah.
and I just asked someone like, who's the best for taking a joke. I think KSI said Els the Witch is, so I went, right, I'll do that one to her because it's a little bit, harsh. So I said it, and then she seemed genuinely like offended, and then afterwards I said, sorry about that. I was just, I hope you don't take it to heart. I was just going to say it to anyone really.
Yeah.
And she seemed fine with it. But then it got clipped up, and everyone, was just commenting all these terrible things, and I was like, oh, what have I started?
And then her mate came over and went, "She's getting a Lamborghini."
She's funnier than you.
They're quite long days, aren't they? That's what people don't see. Like, I know Becky said to us that she was there for quite a while.
Yeah, they would have been, because I think they got there early and then
Oh, right.
just had to get.
Whereas you're the talent. You come and go as you please.
I was there early as well. The main problem with that is just getting everyone ready, everyone mic'd up. I think they did 14 mics, so
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's a huge production goes into them Sidemen
Yeah.
videos. Like they definitely, whether or not you're a fan of the content, I think they do warrant a lot of views because
Yeah.
it is a lot of.
John's really good as well.
Yeah. He's the best in the game. We were speaking to, I think, Randolph about him last week on the show, but do you watch some of his content?
Yeah.
Unreal. Out of the Sidemen boys, who do you get on best with? Would it be Harry?
Yeah, Harry. Just
Would it-
because we've done more outside of videos and stuff, just from festivals. So he's the one I've spent the most time with.
Yeah.
Also, I think we're just similar sort of sense of humour.
Yeah.
Not quite, but just similar vibe. And then, they're all nice guys. So the rest of them sort of lumped together. And,
Yeah. I think Harry probably stands out on those Tinder videos. KSI's good because obviously he just goes down the money route, just lobbing money at people and whatnot.
I was going to do that as well.
13 quid.
It's €2, love.
Right, I think we'll leave it there. Before we do, I'm just looking over my sheet, just making sure we got everything done because a lot of people have requested you, Stephen, over the months.
Have we called Cam Kirkham a slug yet?
Yeah,
Good,
yeah. I think I ticked that box.
Yeah.
You can do it as well if you want. That's your camera, so you can just look into that.
Slug.
Before we go, I want to do some hypothetical questions with you.
Okay.
Some of them are ridiculous. Most of them we wrote just 10 minutes before you came in the pub round the corner. So, Stephen, would you rather watch... We didn't write this one. Would you rather watch your parents having sex every night for 5 years or join in once to stop it?
Ooh.
Highbrow.
So, my thinking is... My parents got divorced when I was 6.
Well done, Jack.
So,
No, it might be quite nice. You're getting them back together.
this is it. To see them together one last time for 5 years. Yeah. I couldn't join in, you know.
But you're watching it every... To be fair, like you put this question down, right? And what, you look embarrassed by that? That was
I nicked it off a Spencer video.
Spencer Owen video.
Yeah.
On the Wheel of Foot.
With him, in a dark time.
I've just backed John Joe Shelby.
No,
Anyway.
but I think you'd get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
Like the first couple of months, you'd be like, that's rank. But then I'm not saying you'd find it less rank, but you become numb to
I quite
it.
like it,
Yeah.
actually.
You become. It'd be
4
like
years
watching
in.
the Human Centipede, for the
Yeah.
4th time. You're like, I'm not that bothered about it anymore.
They don't do it like that, Jack. Got it on good authority.
Would you rather shit yourself? This is. Wait. Would you rather shit yourself every day in private or once a year in public?
Once a year in public, I think.
Would ya?
Yeah. Because
Then people are going to see that.
Well, yeah, they might see it and smell it, but do I get to choose when it happens, or is it just random?
No, random.
I reckon at the worst time as well. So I'll tell you now, it would be at the Roasting the Sidemen 2. You'd do it on the stage.
Maybe with that, I just, flap it out my pants, lob it at one of them and go, that's your fucking channel, mate. And I'll just go with it.
Yeah.
That improv from uni's coming back in.
It's really good. Then Max comes in as this sort of strange Mexican character.
Takes over the whole bloody scene.
Yeah.
Would you rather give Jeremy Lynch a little blowy,
Ooh,
but nobody
it would
ever,
be little.
but nobody ever finds out, or that you know where this is going, or never give him a blowy, but everyone thinks you've given him a blowy?
I think, I honestly, if I just had it over him, I just went, I sucked your cock, mate. Just every FT video, I comment that. Daddy wants another taste. I don't think it'd be. I don't think he could handle it.
No. So you're going for it?
Why not? Oh wait, no.
You would actually have to do it, though.
So-
That's the thing.
I love
No,
that.
I wouldn't have to if everyone thought I did.
No, but he wouldn't. He'd know you hadn't done it, and so you couldn't hold it
My word
over him.
against his.
I love that this is the question you're thinking the most about.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to suck his cock.
Mm-hmm.
That's going in the trailer. Your answer as well was really like Paxman, like okay. You just don't want to say. All right, okay. Interesting insight there, Stephen.
Yeah, I'll go. Not suck his cock, but everyone thinks I have.
Okay, fair enough. Would you rather be stuck? Right. So you're stuck on a desert island. You see a lovely mermaid.
Okay.
You can choose whether the mermaid. You're basically going to be shagging a mermaid at some point, right? Would you rather have
Another notch on my bedpost. I'll take.
That's 2? You can have do you want the bottom half of her to be fish and the top to be woman,
Yeah.
breasts and face and shoulders, or do you know what a woman is, or the other way round,
I'll
the
go
top half fish, woman down there.
I'll go top half woman.
Yeah.
That's the normal.
Why the hell would you want?
Can I just say, before you rinse me, Fiona put that one on. That was all Fiona. But I think any normal person's going to say top half woman.
I was raised on Nuts magazine. Bleak Hill was a bad school. I need to point that out. I think I'll go that one.
Okay, we'll finish with one more. This is a happy hour favourite. We've asked a lot of guests this. We always get different answers. You might need to jump in here, Alf, because I'm not sure I can remember all the details. But there's a slug called Cam.
Yeah.
Little snail, and it follows you around. Would you take, what is it usually, 1 million?
I actually don't know what you're on about, mate. I'm so sorry. I just sit out there and play on my laptop. I've been caught out.
Right, well, I think there's a slug. Yeah, would you take 5 million quid, but there's this little slug and it follows you around forever? So let's say snail. Snail, it follows you around forever. If the snail touches you, you instantly die. And it will follow you around forever. You can't put a little like teapot over it or a bucket. Yeah. I don't know why I said a teapot. Like that's what you go to. You can't put a bucket over it, but you can sort of like move from place to place. So
yeah.
But if you fall asleep for too long and it touches you, you're a goner.
So it's always going to be, what is it, a metre away? Was it? Or
No. It's literally following you about. So say you now got on a plane and went to Australia. Yeah. It might take him 6 years to get there. It travels at a snail's pace.
Yeah, I'd.
Because you can never, I feel like you could never relax.
Yeah, I could never sleep then.
No.
I'm just going to leave it. Because I know I'd see a snail that isn't that one.
And that would cheat you. That's
yeah. And I love a greenhouse.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
I'd be paranoid.
There we go. That's the end of the hypothetical questions. Stephen's not going to take the deal with the snail, but we've had many lesser men than you that have, so you should be proud.
Thanks, guys.
How's your podcast doing? Because I know that's something that you're...
It's okay. Don't read the reviews. Take my word for it. It's okay. Well, what we do with it is it's just more of sort of like what I used to love was the Ricky Gervais XFM.
Yeah.
No way am I comparing us to that. But it's more the sort of it's just mates picking on each other really.
Yeah.
And taking digs. Digs. Great audio there. Jeremy.
You and your gay little mates. He was right. Hax was right.
You don't need a mouse with me. Especially not a gimp one. Come on.
If anyone's just imagine if people had skipped the middle part, they have me saying about the 25 things everybody hates. I put gays in it, and at the end I've got me going, "You and your gay little mates." That is a quote. That is.
It's just we take on a different topic, have some anecdotes about our whatever the theme is, and then we do some horrific characters. Usually Max will get a character.
It's a good laugh.
Terrible pun, yeah. For instance, we did one about crime. His character was guilty.
I like it.
So it's just that. It's just fun, I guess.
Where can people check it out if they haven't already heard it? Oh God, he doesn't know his own channel name.
The StephenTries Podcast.
There we go. Check it out if you haven't already. Stephen, thanks for coming on today, mate. Been an absolute pleasure having you. And I guess we'll see you next week when maybe Steve will be back in the hot seat. Maybe it will still be you. Stephen, we like to finish on the same question for Series 4. What is the meaning of life?
I think it's to be... Just be happy. Just do whatever you want, guys.
That's nice. I like it.
It's nice.
That's a cute answer. And get a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the dream. That's the end goal, guys.
There we go, guys. See you next week for more Happy Hour.